The Skyrim inns are the heart of the province. In every populated city and town, there is an inn or a tavern to where the hardworking citizens wander as the dusk falls. As a traveler, you're able to enjoy a drink or two in the inns, listen to the bards sing their songs, and chat with the townspeople before finally dozing off in one of the available rooms. In today's video of Bard's College Graduate, we'll overhaul the inns of Skyrim, making them even cozier and more fun to spend the night in with some incredible mods. Let's begin with visually overhauling the inns and taverns of Skyrim, making them look more interesting, cozy, and lively. You guys already know that I'm a diehard JK's mods fangirl, and so probably guess that the unique inns and taverns in the big cities are getting overhauled by JK's enhanced inn overhauls in this video. Let's take a short tour around these enhanced inns, beginning with, of course, the bannered Mare, Whiterun's place to be in the Plains district. Here performs the bard Mikael, who enjoys swooning over the beautiful ladies of Whiterun. JK's The Bannered Mare gives the place a lot of new charm in the form of all kinds of added details around the inn. Not only does the place feel richer with all the decoration and space, there is also a new balcony where you can sip your mead in peace while watching the tundra landscape. Downstairs, there is also a bath. Rivaling the Bannered Mare, we have another tavern in Whiterun, the Drunken Huntsman. It is also a shop specialized in archery and hunting, and it also gets a sweet overhaul by, of course, JK's The Drunken Huntsman. It is filled with theme-appropriate decoration, such as skulls, plants, and herbs, and so now it looks the part of a real hunting shop. Also, this tavern gets a balcony, which is great for watching the bustle of the city from. The classic inn of Riverwood, the Sleeping Giant Inn, is the only non-unique town inn that JK has covered so far. I can't take my eyes off this wall decoration, it fits the place so well. In addition to overhauling the location with new details and clutter, it features a completely new, large basement level, which has rooms for travelers and Orgnar, the innkeeper. There is also a steaming hot bathtub added in the basement, so you can bathe inside rather than the river nearby, which I imagine is very cold. Let's head out to the far west to Markarth and the Silver Blood Inn, which is located in this ancient city of stone. The interior is revamped with appropriate decoration, such as these out-of-order dwarven automatons, which I am scared would come alive in the dark of the night. The inn looks absolutely magnificent, and one could even say cozy. Markarth isn't the coziest place out there, so that's quite an achievement, I say. Now I'm so excited to finally venture to Solitude, the home of the Bard's College, and yeah, it's also the capital of Skyrim. And here is the famous inn, the Winking Skeever, probably one of the best places in the whole province, at least if you ask me. With JK's overhaul, the already affluent inn turns into truly extravagant. The whole layout seems different, with this inside balcony area, which looks absolutely amazing. This inn is busy, and now it's expanded to fit all the people. It has 3 floors and a basement, which is again reserved for bathing. Here you can take a break from the bustle and relax for a while. The 3rd floor of the inn is actually available as a player home. It's a small loft with a balcony to the main street of Solitude and has just the bare necessities for simple city living. Very cozy, and if only you can handle the nightly noise of drunken tavern patrons, a great place to live. Soon we have overhauled all of the notable inns, but we do still have a couple before looking at gameplay and immersion mods related to the taverns. Let's travel to Windhelm, the freezing old city and the headquarters of the Stormcloak Rebellion. Here we have Candlelight Hall, beautifully overhauled by JK's mod. Again, additionally to all the added beautiful and lore-friendly details, there is a completely new basement level added to the inn. In the basement, there is a cozy fireplace room, a steamy bath, and rooms for guests, as well as a small storage room. pretty much the only thing that is missing is a proper sauna. I know, I'm always complaining. The other tavern in Windhelm is the new Gnisis Cornerclub, which is Dunmer owned and operated in the Grey Quarters. The place's sort of shabbiness is highlighted with JK's overhaul, with things such as DIY bar tables created from barrels and pieces of wood. The Dunmer decoration, lamps, flags and vases are everywhere, but there is also a clear support for the Imperial Legion on the higher floors. The Bee and Barb in Riften is the place to be in this shady eastern city, and with JK's overhaul the inn gets expanded to fit even more people inside. There is a new balcony where you can observe the townsfolk, as well as a large basement, a kitchen and, of course, a bath to wash the grimace of the city off. Otherwise, the inn hasn't gone under any major changes, and the same devious atmosphere is still intact, but just improved upon. Going down deep in the sewers of Riften, you'll eventually stumble upon the Ragged Flagon, the home tavern of the Thieves' Guild. This place gets an incredible overhaul, making it look completely renewed and makes it probably my favorite mod of this series. The mod adds a bridge over the water in the middle, and everywhere you look there are boating and fishing themed decorations, even a whole boat propped on the ceiling. The face sculptor lady has her tools right here, of course, and the added lanterns add light around the musty and damp tavern. We have now visually overhauled all of the major taverns, and I must say, they look insanely good with the JK's mods. Now it's time to actually mod everything that happens inside of the inns. I have some great mods related to the customers, drinking and eating, bards, and other small things that improve the taverns in every way. Now we have an absolute classic mod to make the taverns more interesting to visit and spend time in. I'll try to keep this section brief, since the mod is indeed old and probably most of you know of it already. Tavern Games, minigames in Skyrim, adds 4 games you can play in the Taverns of Skyrim, which are the Lottery, a game called the Battle of Heroes, Dice Jack and Prophet's Dice. The 3 dice and board games are in a top-down view, and you can challenge adult customers of any tavern in Skyrim to play with you. When you start a game with your opponent, both of you will be teleported into a game room for the duration of the game. Lotteries, on the other hand, are organized by the innkeepers, from whom you can buy a ticket and win gold, spells, potions, or even special tavern vouchers, which grants you 3 free nights in any inn. I'm the worst gambler, so you won't probably see me wagering my septims every night, but a game once in a while can't hurt. Now, everyone knows that Skyrim is definitely not a game with a lot of NPCs, and for me, that is absolutely fine, since it's nice to be able to have a word with every one of them. But in taverns, it kind of makes the towns feel barren and empty when there's just a few people around, even on a beautiful Freda's night. So, let's make the taverns more lively with the mod Lively Inns and Taverns, but not go overboard and choose the version with less additional NPCs. As you can see, this mod adds new NPCs to visit the taverns, and you can play the previously showcased tavern games with them, but there's no other dialogue options. The mod also adds ambient noise fitting to the taverns, making the atmosphere more lively and less like creepy silence. It all comes down to your preference if you want these additional people chilling around the taverns, and if that's too much, you can always disable the ESP and by result only enjoy the new ambient sounds in your inns. Now, we have all heard the same instrumental songs that the bards play, and they're getting just a little bit repetitive. To give some variance to the drumming, fluting and looting, BA Bard Songs adds a lot of new instrumentals to the game, in total of 100 new songs. These new possible instrumentals will play randomly, and the mod doesn't replace the vanilla tunes, just adds quite a bit more of them. The selected instrumental songs fit well in the world of Skyrim and seem to have been chosen carefully. Now visiting the inns feels fresher, as you don't have to hear the same thing all over again, and the desire to throw the bard with the nearest solid object vanishes. Now, I know that JK's interior overhauls added baths in many inns and taverns, but for those who for any reason doesn't want to install them, or for those who are absolutely crazy about coziness in Skyrim, just like myself, I have a bathing mod I need to showcase in this video. Simple Inn Bath provides a bathing experience in inns regardless of any overhauls you have installed, and it works with any existing mods. The mod adds a dialogue option to the innkeepers, allowing you to purchase access to the steaming bath, after which you get teleported in this bathroom. This is a great relaxing addition to the inns and also useful if you use such a mod as Dirt and Blood to wash off all the dirt and blood from your adventures and dragon slaying. Okay. Now we can fully enjoy the atmosphere of the tavern, listen to the bards playing their instruments, and get buzzed on Honningbrew mead. But for the reason that the inns serve as kind of a restaurant, I have a couple of eating and food related mods that fit more than well in the taverns of Skyrim. First, we have a mod called Today's Menu. This is such a sweet little immersion mod that adds a daily menu to the inns that you can purchase from the innkeepers. It costs 20 gold, and you'll get a main dish, a drink, and a side dish or a dessert on top of that added to your inventory. There are different possible meals to get, and they might depend on the city you're in, such as Fish in Riften. This is a nice little addition to the game for role-playing, being just another inn patron buying today's menu. Now, everybody knows that the actual eating and drinking in Skyrim is a bit underwhelming, as the food just disappears from your inventory with a sound effect. Eating animations and sounds is a mod that helps those who find this annoying, adding exclusive eating animations and sounds to all vanilla foods. These new animations will pop out whether you're sitting at a table, even out running, or riding a horse. Some foods can be eaten in a sophisticated manner with a fork and a knife, which is especially good if you're dining at the courts of the province. This mod makes eating today's menu, for example, way more immersive and just overall more enjoyable, as you can see your character actually eating and drinking. I think this mod is essential for me going forward. And finally, the last mod in this video, steaming hot soups and stews. This mod makes the delicious soups and stews of Skyrim steaming hot, so that you have to blow on the spoon multiple times until it's cooled off enough for you to eat. And everybody knows that this is the best way of eating soup. After installing these mods, I'm more than happy with my inns and taverns. I wish there were this kind of fantasy taverns in real life. At least there are none where I live, so now at least I can escape responsibilities to Skyrim's amazing taverns. I'd like to take a moment to thank my awesome supporters at Patreon, and especially my Tavern's legendary patrons, Star095, Ryan Ulrich, Timofey, Apeli, Octor Lucan, and Carrot Guy Kai. I'm beyond grateful for all of your support, whether you have generously joined the band of patrons or just watching the videos and interacting by commenting and liking. For years I have been thinking of making a tavern modding video happen, and so happy I got it finally done. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed creating it. The mod links can be found in the description box, as well as my tech specs and a link to my mod list for the curious. Take care everyone, and see ya!